Ever since the demise of Nigerian upcoming music artist Ileroluwa Promise Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad, a lot of information has dropped on our desk. And you will be amazed, you'll be shocked at what you're about to hear. This is deep. This is deep. Now, back in those days, sometimes last year, when Mohbad passed away, his father said something that you might have forgotten. He said, Wunmi, Cynthia, the fiancé of Mohbad, will put some medication in Mohbad's food to make him sleep too deep so that she can transfer money. The question is this: who was she transferring money to? Mohbad had shows, and of course, this comes with money. Even if Mohbad is not as rich as the top 5 or 10 of music artists in Nigeria, he had some money. And the mysterious thing is this, that we've not been able to answer. And Wunmi has not been able to answer is this: why is it that Mohbad does not have an account? Wunmi is in charge of Mohbad's account. There are people who have suggested some fetish, diabolic chain, or being locked down, locked up, something wrong. It seems Wunmi's family joined hands together to rip Mohbad, to drain Mohbad. In fact, the demise of Mohbad is all over social media. Why was he taken out? Who took him out? These are the questions. And also, the paternity issue made a lot of people suspicious. I want you to pay attention to this one that you're about to hear from the beginning of it till the end. You're about to hear some information dropped. People have dug deep into the family of Wunmi, home and abroad. Like and share, tap on the subscribe button.
The house on July 24, 2023 in Manchester, New Hampshire. The type of mortgage that she bought is not a traditional mortgage. She used something called a purchase money mortgage to buy that house. What does purchase money mortgage mean? What that means in essence is this. Listen, a purchase money mortgage is a mortgage issued to the borrower by the seller of a home as part of the transaction. What that means in plain English is that this is usually done in situations where the buyer cannot qualify for a mortgage through traditional lending channels. Let me repeat again. She bought a house in Manchester, New Hampshire on July 24, 2023. The sale amount was $425,000. Typically, depending on if you qualify for a FHA first-time home buyer loan, you're only required to put 5% down payment. If you go through the traditional or conventional loan, you'll be required to put 20% down. That's the maximum to put down to buy that home. She did not go through the traditional way to buy this house. She used something called a purchase money mortgage, where the seller made a deal with her. She purchased this property for $425,000, but the mortgage is $305,000. What that means is that she gave this seller $120,000 cash. She gave this seller $120,000 cash for that woman to be able to make her get this purchase money mortgage. $120,000 cash is 28% of the sale price, $425,000. So the reason why I'm saying this, I'm doing my research. That is why I wanted to know the dates that Mohbad. I believe they've been planning some things behind the scenes. That petition that he put out there expedited the process to buy him. And in between then, they have been the people that they have here in diaspora, they've been whether that Bitcoin money, they've been channeling money to these people to be able to lay some things down for them to carry out this plan. Karimo as well. Karimo recently disappeared from this state and moved to a different state. I'm continuing my own independent research, but that's one thing I wanted to bring down to your attention because the timing is very, very curious. Tanwa Owolabi. I'll pause for now. Continue, sir. But for Tanwa Owolabi, I have a very, very detailed report. It's a 20-something page long report. So if you can send me an email address, I can forward it over to you when the time is right. But continue.
So it wasn't what's just being done all of a sudden. It's a pre-plan.
From my research, I find it very curious that the so-called people around Mohbad were not in the country when he died. Iya Mohbad was not in the country. Sam Larry was not in the country. Naira Marley was not in the country. His manager, Sheyi, was not in the country. Bella Shmurda was not in the country. How coincidental that all of these people automatically were not in the country when this guy died? They've been planning this thing. They've been sending money to diaspora. They've been buying some properties. They've been doing all of this strategically. God will continue to give me wisdom and grace. Imole, thank you. Thank you for the courage. God will continue to give me wisdom and grace to continue this independent research I'm doing. There are some things I'm doing that I don't want to say too much. But when you brought up that petition, my spirit tell me saying, when did he file this petition? June 27, 2023. How curious. Literally a month later, time I go buy a house. You don't use traditional mortgage. You go put $120,000 down because they had the cash to buy this house. In diaspora, if you carry too much money, they go want to find out where the money come from. But because they make a deal with the owner of that house that they bought it from, they use something called a purchase money mortgage. This is usually done in a situation where...
Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, the Nigerian police have refused to do the needful. That is the reason why citizens, concerned citizens, fans of Mohbad, people who want justice for Mohbad, decided to dig deep. People started coming up with answers, started coming up with insinuations. People started coming up with different narratives, all to find out two important things. One, who are the group of people that joined forces together to wipe out Mohbad, and for what reason? Now, Mohbad was not rich back in those years. No, not at all. He wasn't that extremely rich. Not until he started having opportunity to go to shows here and there. And in fact, he became richer after his demise due to social media's, the efforts people put into it, and of course, social media. So, our guest said something about purchase money order, and he has explained what this means. It's more or less having business deal with the owner of a property. How does this connect to the demise of Mohbad? How? Did they plan this earlier? Like, you know what? Begin to drain this guy. Begin to drain him. Whatever you can get out of him, get it out of him. In millions, just keep sending this money. Now, it means that every month, there is a certain amount that has to be paid. Or even before then, there is a certain amount that has to be paid. Now, this brings us back to what Mohbad's father said about money disappearing from Mohbad's account whenever he's asleep. Who would have known about it if not Mohbad? And why didn't Mohbad take action? That is still a bone of contention. What made it impossible for Mohbad to take action? Why didn't he take charge of his account? Why was he afraid? Why was Mohbad afraid? There definitely must be reasons why Mohbad could not keep an account on his own name. It is unusual, isn't it, that Mohbad did not keep an account on his own name? Or is it that Mohbad had an account kept for himself privately and also had this one that Wunmi took care of? What exactly is going on here? Is it that Wunmi saw the amount of money, the amount of balance in Mohbad's account, and she felt compelled when Mohbad started talking about paternity? I need to know the father of this child. I need to know. And she felt like, well, this is the time to do what I need to do. Mohbad needs to be out of the way. This guy is giving me grief. It's time for him to be out of the way. After all, there is a lot. And also about transfer of money out of Mohbad's account. Maybe Mohbad's father will need court order to request for Mohbad's bank statement so as to be sure. Because now it's going to be, oh, it's Wunmi's account. But Wunmi has said it that she does not work. It is sad. It is terrible. So sad and terrible that Mohbad had no account. He had no account. It is on Wunmi's name. How then can Mohbad's father request for Wunmi's bank statement? You see how difficult it is. Very difficult. Very difficult. We live in a terrible time where people that you think have your best interest at heart are ready to pull you down. It's as bad as that. It is as bad as that. Just imagine what's going on here. Wunmi, what happened to Mohbad? You were with Mohbad 72, 48, 24 hours to his demise. How come you have no answers? If you have no answers, why don't you just tell us what happened? What you have said so far does not add up, does not make sense. It's as if something mysterious happened to Mohbad. You are pointing fingers at the clash he had with his friend. Now, tell us what you saw. You said nothing. When you went to call security or whatever, you came back, you said nothing. At home, you said you were cooking fried rice. Till today, you've not been able to clarify. Tell us what happened to Mohbad. It's either you are cooking fried rice. You just have no answers to the demise of Mohbad. You wish to keep the demise of Mohbad mystery. And the reason why this is possible is because of the system that we run in Nigeria, a system of lack of accountability, a system that is structured to cover up lies, even when truth is staring. It is so bad, it is so sad that the Nigerian police are unwilling to do the needful. They claim that CCTV is non-existent, but they were able to get a footage of that of the nurse coming into Mohbad's home. That's all they have. CCTV recordings of prior and after is non-existent. And Wunmi wants us to believe that she's seeking for justice for Mohbad. Well, you know how Wunmi's lawyer washed hands off Femi Falana, saying we cannot continue. This came after rumor of a secret DNA done with Mohbad's mother, and it came out negative. So sad. Justice, justice, justice for Mohbad. That is what we'll keep talking about, and that is what we'll stand for.